Hello everybody. Okay, so I am going to show you what I did to make these dolls look the way they do. I just, tweaked them up a little bit. These are from Trick or Treat Studios. So the first one that I received is Chucky. Basically what I did to Chucky is I didn't like the stitching because you could see obviously you could see the black, but you could also see like a little bit of the flesh like underneath it. So basically I just took a Sharpie and, as you can see, and I just went over the stitches. Then for the skin color, what I did is, by the way, I don't make dolls. I don't know anything when it comes to the construction of a doll or working with plastic. However, I know a little bit about makeup and hair, so this is what I use. It's funny. I use what you will use on a regular person, which is pan makeup, which is a heavy makeup. It's stage makeup actually. So what I did is I used that as a base, and then on top of it, I went with it with some powder. So it's not something permanent. However, I'm not going to be obviously playing with these dolls, or they're not going to be, they're just for display. So it works for me. So that's what I did. Now for the eyes and the glossiness of the scars, basically what I use is I used something a little bit more permanent, which is nail polish. I used two shades. I used like a deeper what would you call it, maroon color, and a red, just a classic red. And that's what I did for that, and around the eyes, as well as the hand, and yeah, the rest of the scarring. The eyes and the mouth, what I did to make it look, because I feel like it didn't necessarily look like an eye, it looked painted on. I mean, they're great, the eyes look great regardless, but in my opinion, they didn't look as real. That's just my opinion. Same thing with the teeth. What I used for that was, again, nail polish, which is more like a cream color, or like a beige, I guess you could call it. I did like 3 coats on the eye, and then with a Sharpie, I went a little bit on the edges, right there and there, and I felt like that made it look a little bit more realistic. So finally, I trimmed the hair a little bit because it was a little too long for him. And in the movie, when you pay attention to him, his hair kind of looks like it's coming out of his skull. So what I did for that is I had an old wig that is called like a lace front, which is basically a sheer tulle kind of fabric that where the hairs are individually, what would you call it, they're like tied to that lace. It makes it looks like so when you're wearing it, you kind of look like the hair is actually coming out from your scalp. So what I did is I cut a piece of that lace with the hair. Obviously I trimmed it and I glued it to his head, and that's why his hair looks like that, like it's coming out of his scalp. And then I just trimmed the eyebrows, and that was pretty much it as far as Chucky. Now moving along to Tiffany, she was a little bit more of work, basically because I had to buy the stockings, which is just gloves. I got the idea from one of the guys that I follow on Instagram, which I will leave the link. He did the same thing. So basically, yeah, it's just a glove, a hand glove there. And then for, I forgot what that's called. But anyways, it's just a scrunchie, like a girl's scrunchie. The boots I bought on eBay, they are a tiny bit big. I don't know for sure yet, but I might, if I find a different pair of smaller size, I might just, you know, purchase. But for now, I mean, I like it the way she looks and they look on her. Again, I did the same thing with Tiffany when it comes to the skin color. I used a little bit of makeup on her, and then I went I put powder on top of it so that, you know, it sort of seals it and it doesn't move around. Same thing with the cheeks, some blush, and then the lips. I use two different nail polishes, which is what I showed you before, the red and the maroon color. I mixed them both and I got that color right there. There's a little bit, as you can see, there's a little bit more of red in the middle. The teeth, I use the beige nail polish again for that. And then the beauty mark, just a black Sharpie right there. I did the same thing that I did with Chucky with the eyes. I went over her eyes with this again so that it would look more realistic. I think I did like 3 coats. The earrings I just glued on, as you can see there. The lashes, they're just like regular $1 lashes that I purchased from eBay. What else? I extended a little bit of the eyebrow right there with the brown Sharpie. What I did with the hair is and then I purchased that online. What I did with the hair is I just trimmed it a little bit and I teased it. That's all I did really. The jacket, it was a little bit too long, so and I was gonna buy another jacket for her. So, but then I said, you know what? Let me just cut it and I'll just stitch it. I'll stitch the bottom part. So that's what I did. I might, I mean, it's not the best. It doesn't look the greatest, but for now, I suppose it'll work. So yeah, that's what I did. Oh, also the nail polish, I went over it with the darker shade of red, or maroon, I should say. And what else? I think that pretty much covers it all for Tiffany. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so anyways, I'm sorry, I'm not the best at making videos. So hopefully you've learned something, or you know, you can pick specific things that you think you might want to use, or you know, if you want to use for your dolls to make them, I guess, suppose just pop a little bit more. I'm not saying that the dolls aren't great. The dolls are amazing, but I just wanted them to look a little bit more. I just want them to pop a little bit more, in my opinion. And I wanted her to be more. I wanted to give her more of the bride look, because that's when I fell in love with Tiffany, was with that movie. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. Again, those are my dolls. All right guys, that's it. Take care. Bye.